So that's what he did.
Oh, wow.
All right, I guess we're going to play a little music, and we'll be right back.
Man, hold up.
Are we paused for a second?
Yeah.
Look, I know y'all get tired of me talking, but you cannot separate this black thing from everything that we go on. It's just not possible.
It may not be possible.
I'm not going to talk about
it. It's going to be about being not being
that.
black. That's all I'm saying, bro. There's all kind of shit in this world. We already know what we is and what we ain't. And we would hope that people would know. But if they don't, you know, that's not what this show about. we can put it in every now and then. You know what I mean? But as you see, I got different views from a lot of stuff y'all think they're talking about. Period. Any guests that come on here, I already think they were from everybody here. I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, I don't go to church, like I don't do none of that shit. So I already don't think like most of y'all think. On some other stuff, that's all I'm saying.
That's another nigga that done got up on some knowledge. And he's learning that Walker fly.
Walker tell you the same thing I be telling you. The same thing.
Walker, he went over there to Africa, he done learned some shit. He's like, because Walker was making money off of them singles and stuff, and he was
he'll tell you don't call him black.
He's like, man, he's like, man, I just didn't know. I didn't know. He said, I know now. And he's like, wow. He said, man, this watch I got on.
That's why it's hard for me to ignore.
I agree with you when you came last time. I agree with you before I even brought you on the show. I agree with the shirt. I agree.
I think the thing that I be looking for some though, from some conscious folk is like I want some conscious folk to take a break from like take you a day and just watch or do something that you don't normally do, because I think that what happens is that
you get so
we learn so
it,
much,
right?
and because we're already a naturally passionate people.
Right.
So then when we find out all these motherfucking lies and
right,
shit
we
going
want to
on,
everybody
start getting mad.
Right, you get angry,
and then next thing you
know,
it might be a white dude that don't mean no harm, and he just didn't put his blanket on and cut you off in traffic. I mean, it could be something little, like these white motherfuckers. And don't get me wrong, I think that the majority of these white folks, they know what they're doing, but there's some white folk out there that really, white folk can be just as brainwashed as you have. They just been brainwashed on a different end of the stick. It's some people that are really not racist. White people that are really not racist. Like did you ever watch Everybody Hates Chris? You remember his teacher? You knew she wasn't racist, but that was what she.
Okay,
because she don't know.
She knew.
So you do have a father, and you be like,
yes, okay.
But she's been fed that.
Hey, we are back. This is Under the Influence. So this is one of my jams. I am S. Lynn.
I'm Bryant the Barber. Y'all know me.
Chanel.
Randy Walker, you know me. What's the deal? What's up?
I don't give them a pass.
You don't do what?
I said I don't give them a pass.
Oh, yeah, you don't give them a pass.
No, don't give them a pass, but it's easy for you to, sometimes you'd be like, you know what, there's no need for me to speak to you because you're not going to understand it anyway, but I know that you're not racist. You've just been around racist shit all your life, and certain things just come out. But because I know some people,
they don't even realize.
And they'll come and they'll talk to you. Like, some of them will sit down because they really want to know it. And that's when they, I'm at a bar, I've been at bars and white men are talking. What do you think?
Really?
And I'll be like, because I'm the only nigga in there.
I'm
smoking a cigar. I live in Jersey Village. And I'm in there smoking my cigar, and I'm in there just watching it. And this one guy, he's a journalist, and he said, I've been covering shit from when I was in college. He took trips to different countries.
You say he's a journalist?
Yeah. So he was just telling me, he was like, you know, I swear the last thing he said is, he told me this, and it kind of fucked me up for a minute, but the last thing he said is, man, just be careful out there, man. And I was like, whoa,
a lot of times,
is that a threat, or you recognize what's going on and you really want me to be careful? And I didn't take him as racist. I took it as like our conversation was actually...
He probably had true affection for you as a person.
Yeah.
What he's saying, he knows what's going on out there.
Yeah.
And you may be the one to get caught up in it.
Yeah, he was like, man, he's like, So man, just be careful. Like, look both ways when you cross the street.
I don't think that they don't know though, because like I said,
They know.
They grew up on this stuff, and this is not stuff that you have to go so deep to find.
Right.
This is real history for them. They just keep it away from us because it affects us the most. For everything that affects us the most, we should be the first ones trying to learn it.
We should be. We should be.
We run away from it. Like I said, we get caught up with what they think and how they treat. Man, no people know everything they do. If they don't know from a foundation of history, they know the mistreatments we take
Yeah.
or we endure.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you a lot. You got some of those white folk that do because it, like they feel like okay, you know, have you ever heard the white people be like, okay, can we just stop talking about slavery? I mean, like, okay, like we understand, we get it. No, but that's not what you wanted to accept, and you trying to push it to the side because you don't want to talk about it. But then you have some white people that want to talk about it because in their minds, well, I mean, you're doing so good for yourself. Your kids are in college. You got a great. No. I'm gonna tell you right now. No. Listen, there are white people who really believe, well, the world is not what it was, but they're not looking at it from systemic racism. They're looking at it from, okay, you get to go and travel the country, the world as you please. You got a great job. You're making millions of dollars. Your kids are straight. Your life is good, but they don't realize, well, I got a nation of people in the hood that ain't living right. My cousin just got picked up for.
How can you, as one person, feel good?
No, but well, it's not even feel good. They don't really. Because you have some people that they don't want to watch the news. A lot of people don't watch the news because it depresses them. Like white people, like you have those white people out there that's on some, oh, let's love everybody, and that's just not reality. That's just not the way. But they really believe that. Like there's niggas, even though Bernie Sanders is a Jew, Bernie Sanders understands black people plight. You got pictures of Bernie from way back in the day, in jail with niggas, marching with niggas, sitting right behind Martin Luther King, and he understands it. But then you have some of his people that don't get it, and not from a racist standpoint, they'll just be like, what are they complaining about? Dr. Martin Luther King is famous now. He got a Nobel Peace Prize.
Don't you know
what was it? What? Like he was a peaceful man. What was the problem?
Don't you know his son said when he was assassinated, Martin Luther King had about maybe 20% approval rating from his own people.
Exactly. Right.
First of all, it's said that the niggas on the balcony with him moved out the way so he can get shot.
Right.
So I wouldn't doubt that either.
Right.
Black folk been setting up each other for years. I mean, but you just have some white people. And it's a small percentage. It's like 0.6. I've seen them. They'll just be like, I've
met some really genuine people. I wouldn't classify them as being white. You know what I'm saying?
What are they?
They're not Caucasian?
What name do you give them?
That's why I think we lose ourselves that we're trying to. Well, actually, okay. Let's be historical about this. Okay. The word white didn't exist before 1681.
So you got white and black.
They were considered what they are: Europeans, British, or whatever it was. Okay. They made that stuff up just to claim authority in these lands.
Well, when did the whole Caucasus Mountain go down?
The Caucasian. If you look up the thing now,
I'm saying, when did that go down? That was like
that was way back.
Right, but I mean, that's where that term started, right? What year did that? Yeah, when the Caucasus Mountains and all that. When did
that's way back in history.
No, I'm saying not 1600s. What I'm saying is the same white started somewhere around then, coming from that Caucasus Mountain theory.
Actually, I mean, we're going to get technical about it. White, just like black, doesn't describe a skin color. It's actually a legal term.
Right. No, I get that. No, okay. So that's what I'm trying to ask is when did that derive? Because I've always been taught that Caucasian, just the term Caucasian, came from that whole Caucasus Mountain theory, right? Like white folk went up in there or they were up in there for years or whatever and lost their pigment. Is that a tale? Is that a lie?
Pretty much.
You think so?
Pretty much. Because if you look up, it was a guy named, he was a historian named Blumenbach. He actually did a list of what Caucasians actually look like. A lot of them had afros like me.
Well, it was, from what I understand, it was a few pigmented folk that went in those mountains and lost their pigment, started producing.
True, yeah.
So no pigment in the middle of production.
Series, yeah.
The next thing you know, they're having babies that don't
have any absence of color.
I mean, I'm not saying I know.
And they
I was
weren't
really
albino.
asking.
No,
You know
I
what I mean?
get
And
I
they
get
were
I'm not
albino.
saying that I know.
I get
Like
the
I'm.
comparison about it being the Caucasus Mountain, but let's just stay on white people, for instance, because the term white people applies to Europeans, I mean French people, Englishmen, all that. So I mean we're not dealing with the Caucasus Mountains per se, but the term white itself, that was something that was created for North America. It wasn't for over there, because a lot of people in Europe right now don't even go by white.
No, I doubt that they would.
And
I doubt
we
that they
really,
would.
this is why it's so important that we really know history. Because when you call them white man,
But then you gotta understand, all the history that they've been teaching everybody has been false anyway in schools.
Yeah, hiding that.
You know what I mean? Like so all your time in school, you've been taught falsehoods. So not only just religion, Christmas, all this other stuff, everything you learn in school as far as history
And you
is
know
concerned.
what's
is
sad is I
lie.
went to an
So
all
what do you
black.
do?
Like
Where do you
like
go?
1st through 8th grade, I went to
Library.
private school. And you know how it is, like when they would have History Month, she would put up the little pictures and history. You would have Thurgood Marshall, Harriet Tubman was probably more, and I didn't know how gangster Harriet was in middle school or in elementary school, but I see Harriet Tubman. They would have Dr. what's the name that did the plasma. I forget me, but you have these. Martin Luther King was always up there. I never saw Malcolm, but Martin was up there, and only one time I saw Nat Turner up there, but I didn't know how gangster Nat was either. But I say all that to say that we don't get taught the people, you know, certain people. I mean, Frederick Douglass was up there, but to me, these are the people that white folk picked that were okay to
talk
teach us
about.
about. Yeah,
Right,
talk about.
exactly.
Which was funny to me that they would even really want to talk about Harriet Tubman. But I guess because she was a woman and it was maybe a white woman that said, you know what, out of all of them, I like her. You know, because I want to be like that.
And then the back of the bus one.
But I mean, we didn't get taught. That was as much history as we were taught. We didn't get to go down to the history that matters. You know what I mean? Like they never said, let's talk about. They didn't want to talk about Abraham Lincoln. They didn't like he fucked up the whole.
you know what today is? Emancipation Day.
Yeah, I saw you put that.
Trash.
Emancipation.
What I'm saying, if you realize that Frederick Douglass,
And he married to a white woman. I didn't know that.
man, he actually had more to do with that than Abraham Lincoln did. Abraham Lincoln wasn't having it.
It was just a business move.
A war move.
It's always a business.
Well, when I
law.
say a
Free the
business
slaves
move,
in the
It's a
South
business,
because they
right.
were going against the South. Like, we're going to free all the slaves.
well, the
and
whole
make this
thing
uproar.
was is that they got mad because y'all niggas in the South making that money over
was
the
making
slave.
much
People up
bread.
north was mad. They wanted some of
Right.
that money
They-
too.
yeah,
But y'all got all the
exactly.
niggas down there. So
Right,
then
exactly.
they realized, they were like, listen, this is a way of life down here for us.
Right.
This is our this is
So they
if
set
you
up
free
that
if we
prison
free this
system. So they set up the
when I saw
prison system.
13 did it for me.
They set up
I
the
didn't
prison
realize,
system
I didn't look
because
at it
they
like
needed
that. Did you
slave
see 13?
labor.
I know you saw 13.
They needed slave labor. So there you go.
So when
Without really calling them slaves.
so they was like, okay,
You
you
know,
gonna
they were referring to him last night in a little documentary I was
They
watching.
criminals.
Contraband.
contradict.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
they were property.
Listen,
Yeah.
they don't call you black because you look black. They call you black because that's another replacement word for slave or descendant of slave. Black has nothing to do with your skin color. Nothing at all. If
So-
you think about it on a class level,
Yeah, because
and black
I mean,
being
he
the
not
lowest.
black. I mean, if you're dealing with
That's
skin
my whole
color,
point.
he not black.
That's my whole.
And I'm not black. I'm
How can his skin
caramel.
color
But
be
you know what
black
I
when
say?
he's not black?
I'm gonna
You
tell
know,
you what
I'm
I say.
caramel.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you. I have the same. I have the same. Just reading your shirt, and I was really kind of. I couldn't get here that day you were here. I wanted to be here, but I'm gonna tell you, me. I'm a nigga that go against the grain just about on everything that I can get away with. So I don't have a problem being called black. I'm gonna tell you why I don't have a big problem called. Why I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem because I know that the fact that I embrace it and I hold my hand high with it and I turn it into something positive, it pisses white folk off. Just like I was saying earlier. I don't give a damn. I don't really care about Beyonce's performance at Coachella. The only reason I like it because I know it's some white folk that
That
are
was
pissed
pissed
about
off.
that shit.
Right.
Like when black folk get mad about Obama, I love it. You know why? Because you couldn't find nothing wrong on it.
Right.
Yeah, it pissed y'all off to even have a nigga in the White House.
Right.
Oh my God, how did we?
Well,
our forefathers are turning over in our graves.
Biracial.
Well, not only that, because they didn't want to clean up that shitstorm either. And then the other reason is we need to let one get in here, give them a little hope. Give them a little hope.
And that was the phrase too. Hope.
We're gonna build them up, tear them back down. But to me, I like that. So when what's name was saying when James Brown did Black and I'm Proud,
right?
Even though I'm pretty sure he knew the truth.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is in order for me to
reference him in the book for doing that.
Yeah, because we had to turn it around.
But you can't when it's a legal term. It's not possible.
Man, no, I'm talking about theory.
Listen,
if it makes you mad,
theory doesn't work out there in the streets. When they stop you, they operate on law.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example of how it works. Exactly what you're talking about. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Let's take it back to the early 90s. When hip hop was its most militant. When we were teaching each other in our rap music, we was wearing kente cloth HBCUs, we was rocking the African pieces, Poor Righteous Teachers, KRS-One, J. Rue the Damager was teaching. Then you even had NWA, they was little gangster, but they brought the police brutality, the militant Black Panther shit in there. So what happened is they was like, okay, wait a minute, we gotta pull the plug because these niggas are educating themselves. They're taking this black shit and making it work for them. So what did they do? They took it off the airwaves. And what did they replace it with? Molly Percocets and killing each other left and right. And so then we're at where we are right now. And if I assume correctly, you don't listen to half this bullshit on the radio. I mean, I'm not saying you don't listen to a couple of songs here, but so my point is that when we start to get educated or start liberating ourselves, that's when they start pulling the plug on a lot of shit. Like literally. So that's why I say I understand what you're saying, and yes, you're right, because historically that's a proven fact. They gave us that. And it's not only amongst the African American community. Look, when you go to Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, they call them Afro-Latinos. Or they call them Negro. You know, so
right. What does Negro mean in
Spanish?
Black.
So what I'm saying is you're right. I'm not saying you wrong, but to me, I'm the type of nigga where just to piss somebody off, I'm going to take this and make it work for me. Because how dare you hold your head high on something that was meant to make you feel bad about yourself?
I get what you're saying, but
that's like they use the word nigga. Like they use it positively now.
It makes them mad.
Yeah, it's like something you gave us to make us feel bad. You know us. We going to switch it around and make it be good. Put it on a shirt. Put it on a hat. You know what I mean? Now you got Asians, whites, Hispanics. They all calling each other nigga now. Everybody a nigga. Nigga.
I wish I could emphasize.
I know you
really.
mean though.
I wish I could emphasize. That is a legal term, meaning that you accept the treatment that you get, meaning that you are the lowest class in the system. When you accept that term, you can't run away from it and try to make it.
So what do you classify yourself as?
You can't do that.
What do you, of African descent? Is that what you refer to?
Well, even if you do African descent, if you know about the state law, you would know. If you claim African descent, just say if your people were from America before the Europeans got here. If you claim African descent, then you couldn't be entitled to the land. So that whole African descent thing, that's like a little trick. They did a triangle. Look, they got people who they sent over here to colonize Africa in certain spots.
Stuff in Africa. Not nothing.
I'm gonna tell you how. Let me give you a little history. This is facts on my part. So obviously, I did my history, and I have European blood in me. It's a fact.
Duh.
I learned that because we have over 122 acres of land in West Virginia that was passed down from slave owners, which my great, however great she is, was a side piece, was the black woman that was giving up the goods to the slave owner. And these niggas fell in love with them. And it wasn't just my story. It's a few other blacks in West Virginia that got this land. Now, I went back as far to find out that I'm related because my last names when you go up there it's Gore and Medley. The Gore is Al Gore people from Tennessee. So the Gores of the Tennessee Gores are related to the West Virginia Gores who own that land. They gave this land. So now it's in my mother's name. My grandmother just passed. It dropped to her name. And it's also in my grandmother's sister's name. So my God forbid, the untimely death of my mother is dropping straight to me, and my aunt is dropping to my cousin. But I say all that to say that everything you're saying is right, but guess what makes white folk mad because they still come up there for us. Like every time the state raises taxes or some shit like that. You remember when the dudes went up?
That's a perfect example of what I'm going. But go ahead.
You remember when the IRA thing happened where the white people went up there with their guns and took over the shit? None, and if that was us, they'd have killed us on the spot. But they went over there and walked in the building. Remember, because they were talking about land taxes. They weren't paying their taxes. So every time you're not paying their taxes, they take out a certain amount of land for that. So when the taxes raise again, and you can't pay those taxes, so we've gone actually from like almost 200 something acres of land to 122 now, or whatever it is.
Them just selling y'all land out
to this day, right? So everything you're saying, I agree with what you're saying, but I'm petty. I'm petty as fuck. So I'm going to, at this point, you know what? I'm gonna turn around on y'all. I gotta turn around on y'all. This black nigga own 122 acres of land. How you feel about that? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even say that too loud, man, because they got the power to tax you right out of it. Like
they got the power to shoot me dead from 100 miles out. I mean, but my thing is that those are the things that they have frightened our people of. If you do this, you're gonna die, or you can't be. Just bow your head down. No, I feel like what else could we do? If I could figure out a better way to be petty and not accept the black term, the legal term, right? I would take that term right now. Like,
let them know that you ain't black, but you still can do whatever you want to do. Let them know you just as strong without using them labels.
So what is my? So what? I'm saying, what would I do?
If you already own land, the only thing you really need to do is really research who that land was. What did your people go by before they start accepting that black title? Because it wasn't black. I'll guarantee you that.
Well, I need to find out what that time. I mean, I'm not opposed to change for the better. If I can figure out a better term, I use it. But to me, I know that they're not going to be as mad as me taking on that new term. Using black, that infuriates me.
With no better term.
Look, you want to know what makes them mad? Every time we have black entertainment, black such and such day. What's the one with the women? Black Girls Rock. That shit infuriates them.
I beg to differ.
That shit makes them mad because laughing at us. No, I mean, see, I think you know what I think it is. I think you're very, I'm not gonna say stuck, but you know what the term was originated for, and I think that you can't get past that.
Why should I?
Okay, right. But my thing is this.
Because we are indigenous. That's the.
Maybe I should say we indigenous. Maybe indigenous.
And based on what you just said, I hate when people say that. Like I'm supposed to give you the term of what you should call yourself. Man, you belong to a nation. You got a bloodline in you that has nothing to do with it.
But if I say I'm a brother,
I can't let them know if I don't know their bloodline.
So if I say I'm a brother, that's what they're going to shoot.
But still,
when you go to the pen and they say the brothers,
indigenous.
Yeah, the brothers over there. But no, but what does that mean?
The brothers.
Like when you go to the like if a white man is schooling another white man, and he'll be like, yeah, we're right here, the Mexicans are over there, the brothers over there. That means the niggas and the black folk or whatever, but the black folk are over there. That term for them, they're replacing brother with black. At the end of the day, they have embedded this, what you're saying, this atrocity of a. Because I mean, I get it, it's bad.
Right.
Like when Muhammad Ali said, "Why is the white cake angel's cake?" But then the chocolate cake is devil's cake. Because these things started to play into my mind.
If you look it up in the dictionary, you see the synonyms. Every word in synonyms.
Black was made to be bad.
Black is a reference of something bad.
Evil, yeah.
Right.
If you accept that title, man, you like he said, man, you're gonna live up to that.
But what about when no, we say our black is beautiful.
Not even.
If we really believe that, then we wouldn't be killing each other.
No. You don't know what we believe in. We believe in what was embedded in us from what we would like as far as being down in here. I'm always being a nigga.
Negro. You was a nigga, then you was a Negro, then you was black, then they tried to switch it to the African American, but everybody wasn't down with that because people were like, I ain't never been to Africa. Why the fuck am I African American?
Okay,
right?
Let me do it.
So then you got all these different names, and black stuck. It stuck. They stood against the wall, and it stuck. If they come up tomorrow with a new name, the so-called whoever those people are, the powers that be, come up with a new name. They'll ride on that shit because
The
that's
only way they
name
can ride on
gave
it
them.
is if you accept it.
But they're gonna accept it.
I think if we accept it in the term
They
that was meant for us,
accepted it.
I don't accept. That's one thing I can say. Even though they made the term be one
Like, they
thing,
made
I don't
up that
accept it
term.
the way it was meant for
We
me.
didn't pick a term to be called
Like,
ourselves.
look, you remember
We
the
didn't
movie
pick a
when she
term.
said, when you remember the Malcolm X movie where he said that he wanted to be a lawyer, and she said, no, you can't. Or he said, no, you can't be a lawyer. He said, well, maybe you should be a carpenter. Jesus was a carpenter. Nigga, no, I want to be a lawyer.
Thank you.
But you know what? What I'm gonna do is, I know in your mind, black means that we're not supposed to be something prominent like that. Let me be something that's more hard working and good with my hands so I can be out of the way and you can take credit for this work and then you can make money off of me and my work. But you have guys that were like, you know what, I'm gonna turn this black into something that's gonna work. Because
But
I'm
you
accepting
know
it
what?
as I'm powerful. Like,
But
because to
they're
be
not-
honest with you, black is powerful regardless if it was meant to be
they're
evil or not.
But the people are not thinking of you gave me this name to make me be empowered.
No,
'Cause
to
they're
make
not
you feel
even-
less.
But they're not even thinking that you gave me this name to make me feel less.
They
This is
made
just a name that I identify with because y'all told me black is a new word for us. That's it.
Lynn,
Nobody
you know-
dealing
do you-
with
do
being
you
indigenous
realize-
or being the people who were here first. Like, nobody's thinking about
Do
that.
you realize
About-
how?
they gave you a name. If they told you was blue, nigga, everybody be talking about my blue is beautiful. My blue is beautiful.
No,
Like,
but
it's
I'm
the
gonna give you.
name
I'm gonna
the
give you
name
another
that
example.
They gave you.
I'm
They
gonna give you
gave
another.
you black, so we deal with black.
I'm gonna give you another example
They
of
gave
how,
you that.
like the whole redskin thing. The whole redskin. We know that's supposed to be the Indian, right? The red
They
man,
don't like
whatever.
that.
They don't like that.
They hate that shit.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I had that same principle with that because I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't look at any color. With the yellow's supposed to be the Asian man, right?
I don't like. I don't.
No. I'm just telling. Let me take it a step further for you.
I don't know
Jesus
if yellow-
loves the little children. All the children
No,
of the
I've heard him
world,
say that.
red and yellow, black and white, they're all precious. And okay, so when I look at the colors, to be honest with you, they made white be pure and all that stuff. But to me, I love wearing black. I mean, as a color, I wear black
I do.
a
I love
lot.
black.
I don't mind red. Like, to me, the colors, even though they meant it for bad, I don't look at it for bad. I look at it as y'all should be the minorities because you're white, your skin acts different in the sun,
Sure
you
did.
motherfuckers get sick, you can't be in the cold for too long. We are genetically built for Mother Nature.
True.
You had us out in the cold. We couldn't even ride the horse. Who's that nigga on that nag? We walked barefoot in the
That's
snow
true.
and had. So what I'm saying
That's
is
true.
that we've been taught. I think we've been taught so much for it to be bad, to where I don't fault you for feeling the way you feel because it didn't come from a good place. But to me,
Right.
I think we have progressed far in different areas, and certain things roll off of us, and we still hold our head high. We still make ourselves look
We
good.
do.
That everything they get is from us. All of their culture exists from us. Everything that they know, they season foods, the way they eat, the cars they drive, their kids
All
now, the
that.
way they dress, everything. So I look at it like,
And they
you know
hate
what?
that shit.
The shit that y'all made to look bad has backfired on y'all. And guess what? We got a black president. Or we have the first black. Oprah was a billionaire woman that y'all tried to shit on. It's like to me, I think that it has backfired on. I mean, I know systematically they still own that, but I mean, I dig what you're saying though. I think that might be something that I might use in addition with black. Let me see if it pisses right.
Indigenous.
I think that's better. Do you think that's better than black?
Well, yeah. I mean,
He likes that word.
I like what word?
Indigenous.
Well, it's not a matter about like. This is what I'm saying. I think y'all identifying what I'm saying with the way I feel or based on what I think.
Right.
This is embedded in the law. The fact that if you inherit the title black, that you are uninheritable, meaning that if you got land, that they can tax you out of it at some point. Before 1913,
That law never changed.
No, that before 1913, you had a allodial
Yeah, but
title.
if you
You
belong
didn't have
to
to
a
pay
nation-
taxes on stuff.
You go to a nation and then you do bonds and all that stuff, and then that land is yours and they can't touch
Well,
it.
I mean, it ain't even. It's not even that deep. What I'm saying is this:
It is that deep.
if you go to try to get remedy for what they do to you in the United States, you have to go to the UN. Exactly, like reparations fans. You couldn't get it going to them as a black person.
Well, I'm sure of that.
They don't recognize black people.
Right.
I'm pretty
but
sure.
when you belong to a nation,
Oh, they recognize I'm black and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're not talking to
No,
him.
it ain't like
You
the
belong to
only
a
You can't
nation.
apply for
The
shit
only
over
reason they'll
here.
say it is because if you accept that, they know you out of the cycle of
No, I
knowing
got
who
you.
your parents are.
No, I got you.
It's almost like if you claim black, and you don't like your mom.
Now hold on. Now,
You
let me
don't
ask
like
you
your
this.
mom.
I'm telling you,
That's what white folk made.
that's what they think about when you say when you call
Right.
yourself black and not your real nationality.
What? So
They looking at you like, oh, you don't even.
So what is our
care
real
where you come
nationality to them? African?
from. To them?
No, not.
oh.
What do you mean?
Yeah, being that they got us like. What is
Well, if
that?
you sleep and don't know that you are,
What was their term for us? Or what is our nationality? Where is it derived from them? I would assume it'd be African.
Well,
That's why they gave us African
Well, not- it was
American.
already-
Because ain't no
but it was
Puerto Rican
already-
American,
but it
ain't no
was
Asian
already
American,
indigenous
ain't no
people
Saudi
here.
Arabian.
It was already people here.
Well, yeah, but
Who
they
didn't come
were,
from Africa.
But they were Indians, right?
no, Indian is a made up word also. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
so what was it? What is it?
All I'm saying.
But it was them though, right?
What do you mean?
Like when I read Francis C. Wells and when I read the ISIS papers, and she speaks about when the West was one, Western civilization.
Exactly.
Those were Africans back then. That
Well-
land was stolen from, I mean not Africans, but excuse me, Indians, right?
This is
Or
all-
what were they called?
You usually identify
Well, they
people with the
indigenous.
geographical
They were
location of where they're located. If they were Indians, then they would
So
be
they was
from
indigenous.
India.
So wait a minute.
They
So
were
were they
indigenous.
indigenous and the white man said we're gonna call them Indians?
That was a Christopher Columbus thing. They were trying to get to India,
Right.
and
He
they
didn't
ended up
find his
over
motherfucker
there.
first.
Find it,
That's my
right?
picture, man.
How you
Listen.
discover something that was already here? Like, I mean,
They
It
have-
was good for stealing, man. Them niggas been
Right.
stealing.
But we don't have to use that rage of just saying that. What I'm telling you is these people did this by law.
No, I get that law part, but what I'm saying, it would make more sense to me is if they were, because even the original black men in Australia are called indigenous
Aboriginals.
people. Aborigines, right? So my thing is that did they take where Indians calling themselves indigenous people, and then once whites finally conquered everything, they was like, you know what, we're gonna call them Indians. I don't want to call them indigenous. I'm calling them Indians. So is that when Indians came, the
Indian
term
was a
Indian
term
came
that they
about?
applied for them really stealing the birthright of the people who are already here. Like the whole thing about Pocahontas, the biggest lie you ever seen.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That is one of the reasons why they claim ownership to North America through being an heir of Pocahontas. Because James, I think his name was John White or John Booth or something like that.
John Booth. Yeah.
He actually had a baby by Pocahontas, which was an Indian chief's daughter, so-called Indian. And that's how they claim heirship to North America, through that heirship right there. What I'm telling you, the whole Indian thing, all the words that they make up, they do a lot of that stuff to disassociate you with the land so you won't have a claim to it.
Well, not only that, I think a lot of that also is to disassociate you with your real history.
Well, I mean, they even told you about. I mean, if you
Like
go
to know where you come, like
Exactly.
Ancestry.com.
No, you don't need that.
It's not. No, listen. So you heard old boy from Black Panther, right? He was on the Breakfast Club, and I wouldn't doubt it if he just got picked up for a deal. But they were talking about Wakanda and all that. Of course, Wakanda is not a real place or whatever. So he was like, I forgot the question Charlamagne asked. He said, well, first of all, I did my history where I came from. And Charlamagne was like, yeah, I went on Ancestry.com. And he was like, he said, no, the only problem with Ancestry.com is they're not going to go deep to show you where you originated from.
You know why?
They're going to give you an area. He said, now, I went on African Ancestry.com. So now when I'm scrolling down my timeline, they playing this one clip of old boy, and basically they made up an ad for African ancestry. So now what he did was he just alerted, because even when I did my history, I think I was somewhere around Egypt area, but that's not descriptive as we need it to be. And they also, back in the days, changed the names of a few original places of Africa. So when I said they don't want you to know really where you come from, I feel like a lot of the time, because think about it. A lot of people, niggas don't even, they already say if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the
Put in
book.
the book.
Let alone, he don't want to read to find simple information, let alone find out where he came from. Like,
Right.
before the
Actually, not that
internet,
hard. I'm telling y'all, it's not that hard.
no, it's not
people
what I'm
lazy.
saying.
They give you, no,
Yes,
what
a
I'm
lot of
telling you,
people are
they
lazy.
give
They don't wanna
you a
do it.
descriptive place of where all the slaves came from.
I can give
Meaning-
you this.
meaning-
I can
meaning
give
actual
somebody
places.
this right
Right.
here
No,
with
I know
all the
that.
truth written
But what
right
he
here.
was
You
trying
think
to
they
say-
gonna fucking read it?
Right,
No,
but his
they
point
not.
was,
They
if
be
you want
like,
to
oh,
find
I
out
got it.
exactly what tribe or where exactly you came from, because it's easy to say South Africa. Nigga, where in South Africa? You know, so the African ancestry actually located you where you supposed to be
I
from.
like that African ancestry.
Versus just the Ancestry.com.
Well,
wasn't
ancestry
given.
only goes back about 500 years and it's not by mistake.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
It only goes
They
back
don't
about
want you to
500
know.
because they know what was happening before 1492.
It's a reason somebody created African ancestry. Because they did it and they said, well, you know what, they only giving me so much. So let me go create this to find out exactly where. But the little bit, and I want to go do it just to find out what part of my, because
I can give you a simple reason why you might be part European though.
no, I know for a fact, ain't no simple reason. I
Look
know.
at him.
No, I'm not saying
That's not even no.
That's
skin,
not an indication.
Skin tone, and see,
That
that's
is not an indication.
that's the falsehood. A lot of black folk get wrong, thinking that because a nigga light skinned that he's half European. You'd be surprised at how many light skinned people don't have no European blood in them.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I don't just have European blood, and I got a little bit of I got a little bit of German, and I got a little bit of I should say not just I got a little bit of German, and I also have a little bit of West Indian, not West Indian, excuse me, Pakistani, all that. Yeah. So, but it's only giving me so much. But my thing is that I think that's why they block off a lot of information, because they don't want you to know exactly where you come from. And Sinead O'Connor did a thesis where she talked about a lot of this. And Sinead O'Connor said this, and you know, I think she's from Europe somewhere. She said, O'Connor, she's Irish, right? She said, if half of y'all black, she said, if all of y'all black people knew where you came from, you'd be ashamed of the way y'all act right now.
That's what I'm telling you.
And
we
I
didn't
was
come from
floored. I found this out like when I was in Elevations. I was like,
Man, it is so much information out there that tells who we are.
I was like, because we were light years ahead of it. We created
That's what I'm
astrology.
saying.
Not created astrology. We learned astrology. We taught it.
We taught it.
We lived off the land. There wasn't no clocks. You had to learn what time
Well,
it was.
they
Looking at
had
the
clocks.
sun.
They actually did it from
Before they built clocks.
Well, not from a clock
Like in
standpoint.
the
They
ground.
had a way to tell
the time.
A lot of it is
sun.
based off lunar, based off a woman's cycle
Yes.
also.
I know that. That's where the period comes from.
Exactly.
Yes.
What's
Actually,
28 times 13?
stop. Hold on. That goes back to what we were talking about earlier. What a lot of people don't know too. That whole, Mary and Joseph with the baby Jesus and Mary supposed to be
astrological, man.
astrological. That's why it was a certain part of the night when that moon came, she went into labor. But yes. But see, they don't want us to know that. And I think that's why they block off a lot of stuff.
And I get that. But what I'm telling you is, from my standpoint, it makes me an outcast and little amongst all this stuff, man. Because I'm not lying to myself no more. I'm just not going to do it. I may come off as being radical or whatever people say about me, man. But what I'm telling you is, I know who I am. There's nothing nobody that has out here as far as about being connotative and trying to change my mind about how the cycles go and all that stuff. I'm gonna stick to my guns about who I am. That's all I know. I can't be nobody else. If you ever notice, man, being fake, all that take a lot of energy.
I think sometimes
It's a lot of work.
I think sometimes it's not even. I can see why.
It's just
Like
your
I wouldn't
approach
take
at
you as
times.
fake. I wouldn't take you as fake if you sat in here
It's just your approach.
and you let a bunch of people talk, and they were spewing a bunch of bullshit that you knew wasn't real. It could be black folks too, right? And you sat in that corner and you didn't engage in no conversation. I wouldn't take that as fake. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that shit is mentally fucking draining to talk to people about shit that they will never fucking understand.
Exactly.
And a
You
lot of
be
the time,
draining yourself
it
still
will
talking to
fall on
people
deaf
about
ears.
shit
And
that
where the
they-
frustration comes in
That's
is
what I
they
told
don't
you,
even
it fall
want to
on
be
deaf
educated.
ears.
Like they don't even
wanna
want to
know.
believe me or listen
They
to
don't
me.
want to know.
We don't have a choice, you guys. We just don't. We can't sit back and let this stuff keep happening to our people and think that we ain't got a
You gotta get the
responsibility to
ones
say
that
something.
They
want to
don't wanna
learn.
know.
If they don't want to know, you
can't force
don't
it.
bring them.
Dude.
If they don't, if not, that's
This
real
shit
talk.
fall on deaf ears.
I don't follow people to talk to them.
You know what?
I don't follow people to talk to them is what I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, I know you don't.
What I'm saying, if I'm talking to somebody, we're actually having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So me chasing people and trying to tell them, look, you better believe what I believe because this is how I go. No, I don't do that. What I'm saying is, for the people who want to know this stuff and who want to engage me in a conversation, I feel like it's my duty to tell them the truth.
Well, yeah, if they want to engage with you, about the information that you're giving, then that's fine. But some people don't want to hear it. They want to stay asleep. They want to stay plugged in. They want to stay plugged in. For those
And
people.
I don't see who that helps at all. Not even them.
It doesn't. But you let them
A lot of people
like
aren't
I
worthy
said
of
something
that
about
knowledge.
some Bible stuff about narrow is the way, wide is this, and
A lot
narrow
of
is the
people
way.
ain't worthy
Everybody ain't gonna come.
of that knowledge. Like, I'm gonna tell you something.
Everybody ain't
Now.
gonna
As
come.
much as knowledge should be shared, everybody don't deserve it. Like when you hear that saying that you can't feed pearls to swine.
Right.
Some niggas, because you know what's gonna happen, and I had to learn
Exactly
it.
it.
You ain't gonna do nothing but either pissing yourself off to the point that
You-
the whole because you're saying
Right.
real shit, and my grandfather used to have to talk to me about this. He used to be like, listen, you can't have these conversations with everybody. It's not that because first of all, it's not. Forget them looking at you crazy. They don't want to hear it, and when they say that you're supposed to feed people, they should tell you. Feed the ones that want to be fed. I can take you to the water, but can't make you drink.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like everybody isn't worthy of your breath and your energy, because what's going to happen is you're going to start to do
spin
this
yourself out of control.
because you got
And
powerful
you're gonna be
words
angry.
going up against a barrier, and they're not trying to hear
Right,
it. This is the
hear
blockage,
nothing.
and this is the jewels, and you trying to feed them these jewels, but they don't want to hear it. So
Hear
you're
it.
just doing this, and at some given time, you're gonna be like, you know what, y'all some
Exactly.
and then they're gonna be like, who the fuck you called ignorant?
Right.
They just don't, but me, I like these kind of, that's why I wish I was here when you was here. I wish I was here. I've had the same run with him.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He don't wanna, he's, like he told me, he was like, I'm telling you now, I'm selling out for that shit.